Welcome to Where Were We Wednesday? Today we see Antibes. This is a live tour playback from November of 2022. Isn't that stunning? And then also as we exit here, you can see the cross here on the pavement. Beautiful. Oh, look, somebody doesn't want to be on camera. I think that's so funny when people hide their faces. I wonder who he's running from. That's what I always think when people hide their faces. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Yeah, every time I go on those free walking tours, which I mean, you tip at the end or whatnot, but they say if you don't want to go, or if you don't want to be in the picture, now is a good time to move away from the camera. And every now and then there's one or two people who look a little bit sketchy and a little bit like, oh nope, I shouldn't be in that. Very interesting. Oh, Virginia, that is so cool. Yeah, Tina, I thought it was the Notre Cathedral as well, but I have another resource that says it is the Church of Immaculate Conception. So that is all I can tell you. There we go. Look at these doors. Aren't these beautiful? So yes, a little bit more about the cathedral. It first was the religious buildings first started in the 5th century, and the one that we were just in, that was from 1447. But the local tradition maintains that a pagan temple dedicated to the Roman goddess Diana once stood there, and that St. Paul stopped to preach here in year 63 on his way to Spain. Oh, that is so cool. It's interesting how much history is here. Oh, I'm losing you. Let me walk faster. Oh, I hope I'm not really losing you. It's not getting better. Oh, getting better a little bit now. That's good. Oh, good. I'm glad you all could see that. as I run through it to make sure that we have reception. Oh, now it's getting much better. Fantastic. Yeah, that's the hard part about these little tiny alleyways that I want to show you. They're usually so narrow that it's difficult to get reception in them. Oh, good. I'm glad you all can see okay. Isn't this stunning? Rue de Horloge. Oh, the clock street. Wow. They're so beautiful. Oh, we ran into the man who didn't want to be seen again. He full on stopped with his mouth open and turned around. Then he ran past me. Interesting. Interesting. So a little bit more about the French Riviera. We are in one of the wealthiest communities in France. This whole part of the coastline used to be a health retreat. Oh, and I did see your question. I will address that in a second. This whole part of the coastline used to be a health retreat because in the 1800s, they started to open casinos, just like we talked about in Monaco in 1876. But at that point, casinos were very, very much frowned upon by the church. So they disguised it as a health retreat, and that is when wealthy folks from up north in France, construction. Oh, let's go out here. That is when wealthy folks from northern France started coming down here, and it became very popular for British folks and then later American folks to come down here as well. And during the summer, the French Riviera gets about 14 million visitors in a span of 2 months. Can you imagine? Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you for your donations, everyone. Thank you, Anne. I think it was Virginia earlier. Much appreciated. So someone or Anne asked why there are so few people here. So we are currently in the middle of non-touristy season. So this is November. And even though to me, this is like a happy, brisk summer, but I mean, to the locals here, it's a very cold time of year. There are scarves, there are gloves and hats being worn. It's very cold and very chilly. Although, as someone from Chicago, I can tell you that's a little bit comical to me. The thing that we're walking in right now, you're going, why are you showing us this? This is the main market here in town, although it is closed because it is not tourist season right now. But, oh, thank you, Michelle. Much appreciated. But I did just want to show you a couple of the decorations along the side here. Shoshana, it's about 65 degrees Fahrenheit, and it did start raining today, which was a little bit of a surprise. And yesterday, I'm so good about bringing my umbrella everywhere. Yesterday, I left it somewhere. I am so sad, and I actually still don't know where I left it. It must be on a train, but very, very, very sad nonetheless. So this is the Provence Market here. And usually, let's see, do I have a picture of when it's really bustling? Oh, I do. I have two, in fact. Okay, this is what it looks like when it's really bustling and busy and everybody is here and they are buying their delicious olives and oils and handicrafts and all the seasonal vegetables and herbs and whatnot. All right, we've seen the market. I'll keep talking about it, but it's not the most beautiful. So let's go see beautiful things and I'll tell you more about it. So yes, this is the Provençal Market, and it does happen between June and the end of September. So naturally we are a little bit late for that, unfortunately, but still beautiful nonetheless. Ooh, here's a pretty walkway. Let's go down this way. A little bit of construction, but that won't last too long. Okay. And all of these cobblestone streets. Any art galleries we can see. Oh, I will show you this right here, Carolyn. I know this isn't an art gallery, but it does have some interesting things in it. This is the Absinthe Museum, or one of them. There are 3 or 4 of them along this market here. As you can see, it's quite the busy place. Have you had any new food you haven't tried before? Oh, I usually do try and sample the local cuisine, but I'm a little bit of a scaredy cat in terms of trying new food. Oh, here's a pretty street. Let's go this way. So I think the most new things that I have tried, most recent new things I have tried have been the anchovy tapenade, which I realize doesn't seem like a big deal, but to me, I was very excited that I actually liked it. So my new, I'm going to just carry my bag. It's a little bit loud. My new method of eating when I travel is basically going to some place that looks nice and busy and asking the server, excuse me, what do you like here? Well, if you were to eat here, what would you eat? And they go, well, what do you like? Do you like chicken? And I say, I like everything. What do you like? But what would you eat? And that worked for us. Yesterday, when Harrison and I went to have dinner, we went to this place. It was entirely empty, actually, but it was one of only 2 shops that were 2 dinner places that were open. And we are so glad that we went. It was, oh, look at this street, you guys. It is so beautiful. Ooh. Let's walk this way, and it's toward the fort anyway, so it's perfect. oh, look at this, and I'll show you what's in the shops too. Um, yeah, so we went into this restaurant yesterday. It was really delicious. It was this nice little French man. He's so cute. He's like 30, 40 something. And his beautiful Chinese wife is in the back, and they have their adorable little daughter named Coco or Coca, so some cute name. And then because we were the only ones there, he was able to chat with us for a little while. And he was explaining, he goes, this restaurant is a mix between French food and Chinese food. And we thought, well, how do you do that? And he goes, well, I'm French and my wife is Chinese, and this is our daughter, Coco. And he goes, you can see the name of the restaurant. It is the Restaurant of Coco, or the Café de Coco. And we were like, oh, that's so cute. And of course, she's like 4 and just adorable. I mean, so cute, right? And the food ended up being quite a surprise. They were all in spring rolls, but different French ingredients. So like the croque monsieur with ham and cheese was rolled up in a spring roll. Then there was like duck pate rolled up in a spring roll. There was cream cheese and roasted red peppers rolled up in a spring roll. I mean, it was just delicious. Oh, and then for dessert, he goes, you can either have the pineapple or the banana. And we said, well, we're sure that there's more than that, so tell us about it, right? And he goes, well, the banana is in this dark chocolate pecan mushy sauce, caramel something something. And oh, here, I'll show you one more thing of clothes before we go on. And the banana, or the pineapple is in white chocolate and mint, and all of them again are rolled up in a spring roll. And we said, we'll take one of each. They were so good. And it was absolutely delicious. So highly recommended. So this is one of the cute plazas here. Let me go vertical. 3, 2, 1. Here's one of the fountains. There are fountains in every plaza. Aren't they beautiful? Let's go back. 3, 2, 1. And people are just coming out of the woodwork now. It does seem it's 5:00, so it does seem to be about 5 when people start emerging from their French version of siestas. The sieste, their hangout at home time. So, oh, look at how beautiful that is. Oh, and here's a picture of the person making it. Oh wow! And look at all the fabrics. Oh, and the door even moves. Well, I'm sold. Oh my goodness, how beautiful. Okay, I just want to show you this plaza. This is the national square. So I didn't want to miss that. And then we're going to head out to see the ramparts and the fort. It's going to be very exciting. Also, there are multiple dogs with sweaters on right now, and it's so cute. Oh, look at how beautiful this is. Oh, so lovely. I don't know what these two are doing, but they are doing some kind of a demonstration. Who knows? I don't know. Oh, look at this. Look at the beautiful plants. Oh, that's also lovely. So Antibes is located right in between Cannes and Nice. And as you all know, Cannes and Nice are very, very popular during the summer months. So Antibes gets somewhat looked over. I mean, it's still very busy, but it gets somewhat looked over in comparison to the other two. So that is why it is not quite as busy. The property is not as expensive. But again, that is all relative. But yeah, it does get quite packed though, because it is a little bit of a smaller city. So beautiful. There are lots of cafes that border this area. This is the interior of the market square, or the national square. So it is quite the beautiful place to be. In Fréjus that we will see tonight It is so small that they don't even put away their chairs at the cafe at night when they close. They just leave them there and lock the doors. The chairs are outside and the doors are shut. I think that's so funny. In Chicago, they bring them all inside immediately or they chain them up, but not here. Oh, and we have a friend who is looking after our little kitties. They're quite naughty, so we're crossing our fingers and toes that they are behaving for our cat sitter. Oh, here are the beautiful clothes. Oh, wow. It does look a little bit like Portland. You're right. It's very rainy today. Oh, if anyone would like to buy something, let me show you. Everyone always asks, how much are the properties here? So Harrison is still getting his tattoo, actually, as we speak. Good question. But it's looking good, apparently. So I will let him tell you all about it when we see him next. Okay, let's go find the water. This is beautiful, but I want to see the water. So yeah, you can see all of the local goods here, the local clothes, and oh, look at the pretty street. It's hard not to get so distracted by how beautiful everything is. Lovely. Lovely. Okay. Thank you for coming. Stay tuned for next week's Where Were We Wednesdays live tour playback. For more of my tours, please see my profile on Buy Me a Coffee. And under the shop, you will see all of my future live tours, recaps, live concerts, and recorded versions of all past events as well available for purchase. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Explore with Kelsey. Thank you all for joining me. See you soon!